The fight for the 2021 F1 World Championship has heated up, with Red Bull's Max Verstappen taking over the lead in the championship from Mercedes' Lewis Hamilton after Monaco. This competition has also resulted in some mind games off the track, with Hamilton recently suggesting that Verstappen has a lot to prove. Verstappen has now given his opinion about such mind games to Gazzetta dello Sport. I'm your host, Dillon Shelley, and first up on Formula World, Hamilton hasn't had a real title fight in years, says Verstappen. Max began by responding to a question about being affected by these mental games. I think that's nonsense. I'm quite strong mentally, and I know what I need to do to win. Also, Hamilton has not had to fight for the title for years. That year with Vettel was not a real title fight anyway. He then explained their strategy of inducing mistakes from Mercedes. People say what they want to say. I know I have to be fast, and I'm just waiting for my chance to fight for the title. As a team, we have to keep putting pressure on Mercedes if we want them to start making mistakes. He then suggested that Lewis hasn't had a substantial challenge from outside his team for some time. Lewis has almost always beaten his teammates, which is why we agree he is one of the best Formula 1 drivers ever. But Mercedes has been so dominant in recent years that he hasn't had any rivals outside his own team. Even Ferrari had that in their golden years. He signed off by hoping that this title race is different, while also reaffirming his faith in his team. I hope this will be one of those rare championships where the battle goes on until the end of the season. We can win the title with Red Bull, and that's why I race. Fast feed. AlphaTauri's Pierre Gasly feels that it was very hard racing with Aston Martin's Sebastian Vettel in Monaco. They both made it. If Gasly had been in Vettel's seat, he would have done the same thing, so nicely done from Vettel. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner feels that Max Verstappen delivered a great victory in Monaco, his second of the year, and he deserves to be going away as the championship leader. However, he added that it's meaningless in the scale of things with the volume of races still to come. He also accepts that to be leading both championships is beyond expectations, certainly coming into the weekend. It just shows how close things are and how things can move around very quickly, and they've just got to keep in striking distance until the back end of the championship. Mercedes technical director James Allison has revealed that they didn't get the wheel off Bottas's car after the botched pit stop. He added that the car sat in their garage with the wheel still on. It will have to be ground off. They'll do that back at the factory. He also explained that if the gun starts spinning and chipping off the driving faces of the wheel nut, then in quite short order, given the violence and the power of the gun, you can end up with no driving faces. And you've just machined the nut down to a place where there's nothing left to grab hold of, and that's what they had in Monaco. F1's managing director Ross Brawn thinks that it was a tough weekend for Ferrari's Charles Leclerc, who hasn't had much luck in his home race. However, Brawn has no doubt that he will bounce back next time out. He also pointed out that Lewis Hamilton was clearly agitated with the way his weekend was going in Monaco, and that frustration boiled over in the race. He further feels that Mercedes and Lewis have been together for a long time and know each other well, so they will get over it. It won't be an issue. McLaren's Lando Norris has divulged that there was a new rule for Monaco according to which if you miss the chicane you get a warning. He added that by about lap 7 he had used both his opportunities to go off the track there. So not an ideal start to the race, especially because he knew there were many more laps to go. And the final stint, when you can be pushing more, if he had made one more mistake and went off, he would have had a 5-second penalty and Perez would be ahead of him. And this is the reason why he requested radio silence from the team during the second half of the race. Will the 2021 F1 Drivers' Championship go down to the wire? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you liked this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.